Hey everybody, it's Tiffany.
And it's me, Sharon.
I am so happy, Sharon, to be doing this. I'm so excited for you guys because you are going to love this video. We're going to go over so much today, but most importantly, we want to tell you guys how we got started. Sharon and I met about a year ago, and it has been synchronicity ever since. I feel like she is my soul sister.
And you wouldn't think that too. We just come from really different places, but we just met each other. It was instant connection of we are meant to be in each other's life.
Yes. And Sharon, I know that you are a boss. I know, ever since I met you, I'm this girl is fire. And I'm where does it come from? Where does Sharon get all of this energy and confidence and self-esteem and motivation? You have just inspired me so much.
Aww.
Tell everybody your story.
Oh my gosh, it's always so nice to hear that, that it's confidence, because I, believe it or not, have not always been the most confident person in the world. But my whole entrepreneurial journey has really, it started from nothing. For me, it was, growing up in poverty, education wasn't really a focus. It was just kind of needed to get married and have kids and do all the things that we're supposed to do. And so when I started my business about 6 years ago with a digital marketing agency, it was just because I had kind of realized that I had a skill set in the technical world that was actually an opportunity to be a business and I could monetize it. And so I spent years just striving. And so I started to get confidence from my skill set and from the experiences that I had and the successes that I had for myself and my clients. But it wasn't until I started to really shift and actually grow my second business, Compliments of Sharon, where I started to get the more confidence around myself. And I've always just had that deep thing within me. I think we all have that spark, that thing that just kind of makes us excited, but we're not all totally tapped into it. And so when I started tapping in and realizing and focusing on personal development and actually being the best person that I could be versus just the best business that I could build, that's when that spark inside of me where I really started to understand that in my life I really understood what it felt like to feel unseen, to feel quiet, to feel reserved, to feel insecure, all of these things. And I felt if I can share my story and those experiences and people don't feel so alone in their own journeys, then that's where I started to feel more powerful. And so that's kind of just an intro into my journey. But Tiffany, you've had your own and it runs a little bit parallel, but tell me a little bit about it.
So similar to Sharon, about I'd say 6-7 years ago, I was married. I was in my corporate career, which I went to school for. Mm-hmm. We were living in Atlanta. So I was living what I thought was life.
Right.
I was living, I wanted the husband, I wanted the house, I wanted the career, I had the education.
It's the paper perfect life.
Yes.
It looks so good on paper.
It looks so good on paper. But in reality, I was miserable. Yes, I was unhealthy. I was 40 pounds overweight. I didn't feel good. And it didn't start from that aspect. This is something that had been going on with me for a long time in my life. And I'm just I am so unhappy.
Yeah. How
do I get to happy? Because I'm not there yet. I thought if I had all these things, I would be, and I'm not. So how do I get there? And it started with me just walking every day. I was okay, the first thing I want to do is take control of my weight. That's the only thing I felt like I had control over.
Right.
And eventually it became a run. And then my weight started coming down a little bit. I started getting a little bit more focused on my nutrition and trying to eat clean and healthy and feed my body what I felt like it needed. And from there, I was oh, this feels so good. I want to up the ante.
Yes.
So I joined a gym and started lifting weights and decided I was going to do fitness competitions. Bodybuilding, figure level.
You say that so casual. Fitness competitions. Of course.
It's so funny. Needless to say, I did one. I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
I started getting certified for personal training, group fitness training. I started teaching classes, and this was all part-time. I was still working a full-time job. I started doing competitions. It just became its own world.
Yeah.
Going through that process of building up my physical strength, of course, it helped me psychologically. It helped to decrease the depression, decrease the anxiety. And it gave me that sense of I can do this. I can do anything. I can be strong physically, but it translated to me being strong mentally and emotionally.
Yeah.
And so I realized from that experience, I can live a life of joy and happiness. And that's the vehicle that I use. And it finally gave me the courage to leave my marriage, which was literally draining me every single day. And it took a long time. It gave me the courage to build up my own business. And it just gave me the courage to become the woman that I knew I always wanted to be. I love the fact that when we came together, you were telling me about a program that we should do together to really bring both of it together, to marry this idea of fitness and health, but also self-development and confidence and courage and branding and lifestyle. And I was like, oh my gosh.
So I've done all of these very technical courses. So I started playing with this idea as I was going through so much like personal growth, and I started realizing as I grow, my following is like growing with me, and I'm like, oh, I want to do like a 30 days to up-level your life, something along that. And so I started putting together the content, and I'm like, I want to talk about personal development and journaling and meditation and productivity. And in the course of that, I'm actually like spending time with you, and we're having like deeper and deeper conversations. And again, starting noticing the parallels that are there. And even though it's not like the exact same story, it's the same feelings. Mm-hmm. It was the same struggles and the same processes to kind of like overcome those struggles. And I really love the idea of women supporting women, and it's something I don't talk about a whole lot personally, but I'm really starting to see just the powerful collaborations that can happen when you bring these totally two different sets of experiences and skill sets, and just like how much farther you can move forward together versus on your own.
And Sharon, what I love and a lot of what you just said is that we are different. We do have different styles, and I think what's important, no matter who you are or where you're from, it's the fact that we have an underlying similarity. Yeah. And that is what has created the joy for us. Yeah. And teaching women, teaching men, teaching everybody. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter your style. There's some underlying elements of life, of just living a joyous life that we all have in common. And that's what we're bringing to this program, is that underlying common thread of creating a lifestyle that you love, that you enjoy, that you want to be with. And some of it is personal development. Some of it is fitness and health. Some of it is branding. Some of it is motivation and inspiration. So it's all of it together. Yeah. But there is a method to this. There are steps. I know I went through them, and it took years to really bring it together. And I know you went through it, and it took years to bring it together and actually pinpoint, like, oh my gosh, what did it take for me to get here? So that is also what we bring to this program, is 30 days of giving you the actual steps that we went through to really bring our lives together and create a successful, happy lifestyle.
Yeah. So if you guys are ready and you're excited, and something that we've talked about resonates in you, and you feel like, yes, I need that, I want to feel more confident, I want to feel healthier, I want to have more energy, like I'm ready to level things up, and you want to join us for the next 30 days, then there is a link, and just get ready, because we are going to be diving in together and making things happen.
I'm so excited, Sharon. I'm excited to be doing this, and let's get started.
Yes, let's make it happen.